Hello and welcome to FTTR, I'm Hugh McQuaid, and today we're talking about a new game. Yes, a new game that I didn't realise had actually come out, even though I watch AEW Dynamite every week and they repeat again and again and again and again. AEW Elite GM mode. Now, why did I say that? Elite GM. There we go. This is a mobile game for, I'm pretty sure, most devices, most phones. It works on my Google Pixel. And basically it's a simulation. It's aiming to be a simulation of booking your actual wrestling show in the vein of the GM modes we had on SmackDown vs Raw games. And does this live up to the hype? Now, the GM mode is something that has been clamoured for by, wrestling fans, because it's just a brilliant mode. It got taken away from us in 2008, and we've never been the same. But Elite GM is seemingly trying to recreate that gold with a full roster. You get to choose and you get to book shows. So how does this game hold up? Well, unfortunately for me, this game doesn't live up to the promise of an AEW GM thing. Now I'm going to start with some of the positives. Some of the positives for me are the art style. I think the art style of this game is terrific. It's very comic booky. I think some of the characters look really cool. They're done in sort of 2D animation rather than like a 3D simulation of some of the card games that are available on for WWE, like the card mobile games. And I think that works really well. It's not an issue to me that they don't really move. They just sort of bop on top of each other like that. That's fine. It's a mobile game, I can deal with that. So I think the art style is really cool. I think some of the gameplay mechanics are quite nice. I like the availability of the roster. The roster is huge. It really makes you realise how many people AEW have under their umbrella, that they can cram all these people into this game. But to me, that's sort of the only positives of this game. I think the negatives vastly outweigh the positives. And we'll start with the gameplay itself. Now, there's a very small career mode at the beginning, sort of teaches you the fundamentals, and it seems like it's in depth. There's a lot of sort of traits that each person has. If you feud this person with this person, you can give this person a perk, and that does something. But it doesn't really play into the gameplay. For example, I had a match between Brian Cage and I believe Luchasaurus. Put those two together, booked that match, gave Brian Cage the chair as a perk, gave him the chair. And Luchasaurus won, even though it was likely for Brian Cage to win, and I wanted Brian Cage to win. But it's very rare that the person you want, for me personally, comes out on top in this game. And the way stories progress it's not really a story. Add like little promo bits at the end of shows, and they don't really progress either. It's just about earning more money and earning more fans. But it's not really a career mode, because there's only sort of 10 things you have to do, and then you're just into a challenge mode where it basically just sets out every goal you have to do. And it's relatively simplistic, like book a four-way match. Okay, done. And then you just play that out, and then you're done. You get a few more fans. There's some that are a bit harder, sort of making this amount of money by week 2. That stuff I quite like. But again, that's really difficult because it's sort of counterintuitive. You're not engaged in the story and the wrestlers, so you don't really put much thought into it because the stories don't really matter, therefore you're probably not going to make as much money. So it's a bit of a counterintuitive system, and I just feel like it should have been take away the goals, just have shows that you can book. You've got your different match types, that's all good, and just let people book their own stories. I think it's weighted down by the objective-based and challenge-based systems. If it was just a straight up, just simulate here, you can book and you gain fans, you lose fans for something that doesn't go down well, I think they've overthought the game, personally, and they could have just simplified it, and it probably would have been what fans would have wanted. Now, there are a few, obviously the mobile game, I think there's some things you can pay for. I didn't personally pay for anything extra in the game. but you do get odd crates, and they just come with little perks. They can come with finishing moves and stuff like that. That's all good. And yeah, at the end of the day, I think it missed the mark. This game did. I think for a first outing, it's good. There's a solid base here that could be built upon going forward, but it's really not the game I hoped it would be, and that's a shame. It's a shame for me personally, because I really wanted a great GM game personally. But overall, I'd give it about a 2 out of 5. I'm probably going to delete it from my phone very soon. It's not really worth time killing. I kind of enjoyed the WWE games a little bit more, the mobile games that I've played. Maybe it's just because they're a bit more interactive. This is very sort of text and statistic based, but even still, it just didn't engage me personally. That's a shame really. So yes, I give this 2 out of 5 personally. So let me know down in the comments, and I will try and reply to every single one of you what you thought of this game. What did you think if you played Elite GM? Do you want a new version? Would you like to see an Elite GM sort of version 2, where they've built on everything? Maybe not, because it's a mobile game, but we'll see. So thank you all ever so much for your support, and have a nice day.